Hello, viewers out there. You're welcome once again to Sports Orbit. My name is Alpha Cho. Salifu Usman is also in the studio with me. Salifu, welcome to today's edition of Sports Orbit.
Thank you for your pleasure.
All right, on today's edition of the program, of course, the Women's World Cup is already upon us, and the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be in action actually early hours of Friday, but Nigerian time, I think it should be early hours of tomorrow anyway, Friday. So I'm sure by the time that match will be taking place, most of us will be in bed. But of course, ahead of that match, former Super Falcons captain Perpetua Nkwocha has charged the Falcons to go for all-out victory against Canada. Recall that the Canadians are the current Olympic champions, and the Super Falcons will be facing them in that uh, their first match at the ongoing FIFA Women's World Cup. Recall that in the first game of their group yesterday, Australia actually defeated, I think, no, New Zealand rather defeated Ireland 1-0. So as it stands, New Zealand are on top of that group. So Super Falcons will have to do everything they need to do to ensure that at least they get at least a point against Canada ahead of this encounter. So looking at the Super Falcons, and of course, if you notice, Super Falcons are not the Super Falcons we used to know. I mean, you can see how they even fared at the last, African Women Championship. So going into this tournament, a lot of Nigerians are not really content. And considering how Super Falcons have even performed in the World Cup, it's not as if their performances in the World Cup have been that fantastic. Even though they've been one of only the seven countries who have participated in every edition, but when it comes to their participation, they haven't really justified, their consistent participation in the World Cup. But going into this encounter against Canada, what do you expect from the Super Falcons?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the high hope, and just like four times Africa Player of the Year, our own Perpetua Nkwocha, who was when during her time, is a start to watch, and
Yeah,
as charging is those who have taken over from her to go all out and make sure that Nigeria proud. So in that line, we are joining Perpetua Nkwocha to urging our ladies. Yes, no matter whatever the order against them, they should just put to their side. As we normally see, the Nigeria spirit is always with us, and go by the Nigeria spirit, so we just go all out and make sure that Nigeria proud.
yeah,
Talking about the game against Canada is going to be a very tough one. And if you look at the, based on head-to-head between Nigeria and Canada, these two teams have previously played. Met this is about that they are going to meet at the World Cup level. The last time they met was 2011, which Nigeria has won the match by 1-0.
mm,
But if you're looking at it overall head-to-head, Nigeria and Canada, tomorrow match will be the fifth time they are going to meet.
yeah,
And Canada has enjoyed two victories against the Nigeria. So Nigeria only one, and the other one being a draw.
mm,
And the last meeting between the two sides ended 2-2 in a 2-2 draw, if you remember the friendly match between the two sides. And at the same time, you're looking at the Canadians are, yes, the Canadians are, they are the Olympic champions, but they are coming into this tournament not in the best form of their life.
yeah,
Their last two matches, they lost one to France and also lost 3-0 to Japan.
mm,
But at the same time, this LGC, they also beat Brazil once. That is also another credit to them. Because beating the Brazil, Brazil team is one of the toughest teams in the world, and beating Brazil is another credit to them. And if you're looking at the Super Falcon on their own side, at the same time, you will enjoy the friendly match you are playing over friendly time this year. It is not too quietly impressive.
yeah.
Yes, we lost to Colombia 1-0, the same margin to Mexico, but we enjoy relative victories against around so far. But and at the same time, if you're looking at the round one team build up so far, is it fantastic? But one thing that I've given most Nigeria most concern, particularly not the strength of the team, not the strength of the squad that we have, but just what is giving Nigeria a whole lot of concern is the technical in-depth of the Super Eagles, of the
Yeah,
Super Falcon.
exactly.
If you're looking at the Rondo since he came on board, he has not clearly shown
Mm,
why Nigeria should go all out, leaving all traveling all the way from here to USA to go and hire a coach that
exactly.
cannot do better than our previous women coach
The coach, yeah,
who have handled this team.
yeah,
And if you watch his team since he's come on board so far, he has not been able to beat the record of our own home coaches. Into
mm,
some extent, our own home coaches, all our local coaches who have handled the Super Falcons, have fared better
exactly.
than Randy
Randy
Rondon.
Rondon.
So, but and even the the Thomas Deneby, the Switzerland, the Sweden man that also came here, who was the last coach before him, also did better than this current America, who we call him school teachers, who Pinnick only know with best note to him,
Exactly.
go all the way to go and bring him. People have felt very less at a different forums, even with Nigerian technical and even of forums, have complained bitterly about the technical prowess of Randy Hondo. But however, the Nigerian Football Federation insists to stay with him. And don't even forget, even prior to this video, you recall the counter clash between him and the Nigerian Football Federation over issue of money.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
one was insist that there's a money that was released by the FIFA for a team preparation that Nigeria have worked with. But Nigeria have followed on their own defense. I also say that okay, most of the friendly matches we have played so far, and even the grenade friendly matches we have played so far, the organizer and everything were not paid from the pocket.
Exactly.
It's some they organize those friendly and they pay for this money. So it's not paid for. It's part of this money that they are for using to play. But yes, sometimes, in as much I'm not trying to defend Nigerian football or defend anybody in this country, but sometimes Randy also has a right when he feel that her girls are not being treated
Very
fairly.
well. Yeah.
Because he also complain that there's a backlog of allowance and bonus and everything that are going to the players. And if a team that is going for a tournament of this magnitude have these bodies of complaint within themselves, definitely either you like or not, there's a human factor. When you are not too comfortable, you are not too convinced, you are not too comfortable. There's something pushing inside you.
Exactly.
You are feeling being cheated by someone. Then you cannot give your best.
Very well.
But however, with all the Nigerian girls that they one thing I want to tell those girls, if they have an opportunity that are listening, that first, one they should know that yes, they represent Nigeria, but first you are representing your family yourself before the Nigeria. Because the name at the back of your shirt is not Nigerian name. It's your son name. And that son name, you should be able to defend that son name first before Nigeria. So when people call it, even if you're looking, if they are trying to play the commentator, whoever is calling, you will not go to call Nigeria. When he call, he say AB, he call Oshoala. He not say Nigeria. It's called Oshoala before Nigeria. So it's Oshoala as a family name. It's your son name. You have to go all out to protect that name first before Nigeria. And they should put aside, yes, we know they are not being fair treatment. They have a lot of coming out. They should not look down. They should set themselves, go all out at Nigeria. But I'm not much worried about this thing tomorrow. That is the fact that the like of Ajibade is not going to play that much, and at the same time, Anyide has been a very stabilized midfielder for the Super Falcons. But missing those two guys in the match tomorrow is another headache for the Nigeria team.
I mean, of course, you said it all, which was supposed to be our next story. You'll be missing that. Of course, we move that straight to news coming out from the NFF, where, of course, the NFF has inaugurated a new board for the NPFL, and of course, who in charge, but Honorable Benga Elegbele, former chairman of who headed the IMC, and of course has been appointed to head the new board of the NPFL. And of course, Davidson Omi is now the CEO. Recall that Omi was the chief operations officer of the IMC, and currently he has retained that position. So, any surprises? I mean, this was things we had talked about, but as against NFF in their wisdom, as against continuing as an IMC, they decided to constitute a board that will oversee the league for the next 2 years. But I mean, nothing strange here. Well, I think if you cut the NFF some slack, these guys did well, whether I would like it or not. Well, some people were saying maybe it was because it was an abridged league, but whatever it is, but I think the league went smoothly. And for me, don't you think these appointments are justified? I mean, like they say, if someone does well on a particular job, the logical thing to do, why change a winning team?
After you have thrown the questions to me, and I at the same time try to answer the questions as I said. But I just like say, there's nothing surprised at all. I'm not surprised. We have seen several times, and even our fans or our viewers or our listeners can also alluded to it. We have said last year when this idea of IMC come up, but we say it's just temporary.
Exactly.
I say confidently that these people will stay for the next 4 years.
Oh, of course.
Now they are not stay for they'll even stay for the next 5 years.
Oh, of course.
6 years.
Yes.
We have stayed for long covering this sport. We know when the rig the belt, we know when the next belt is going to be ready. So and watching the language of the Nigeria Football Federation, we all know where they are all.
Exactly. Because you see members of the new board, there's hardly any new name.
There's no new name.
Exactly.
So when this it first started with Rabo,
Yes,
who was
exactly.
the first IMC chairman to midwife the league. Before we know, he metamorphosed into LMC.
Yes.
And Rabo stayed for some time. He stepped aside, hand over to Diku, and those Diku lasted for over 12 years.
Yes.
More than a decade. And now it's on the turn of Elegbele. When Elegbele comes, they first give them 3 months. And I told them, I said, this 3 months is just a great announcement. Before you know, they said that they said let oversee to ensure that they finish the season. Now they finish the season. Before you know that, IMC have rejected him aside and they have metamorphosed into the board.
The board, yes.
Now they have metamorphosed into the board with a 2 years term to proceed the next 2 years season of the league. But the question is, just like you say, is there any need to say the winning team? You have Elegbele and the team, do they did well or do not do well? Yes, to some extent, you give them credit. We give kudos to Elegbele and his team for a job well done. But just like I said, it was just an abysmal league of 18 matches, minimum of 18 matches played during the season. But at the same time, one kudos that we must also give them. Yes, for the first time in recent time, we don't hear much noise about referee indemnities and referee this and referee that. And at the same time, for the first time in recent time, we don't even hear much complaint about players this and that. And at the same time, club were able to play away and winning away and winning away. There were fantastic away victories that were recorded during the last season, which in the previous is not too common. So we give kudos to Elegbele and his team. And at the same time, one thing that the league champion, Enyiba Emerging champion, and then the true champion of the league, will be justified. Yes, Enyiba to some extent is one of the better, we like it or not, is one of the best teams, if not the only best, who has a pedigree in the Nigeria Premier League and have stayed for a very long time. And in terms of record, Enyiba has achieved more record compared to any other Premier League in any other Premier League club in Nigeria. Either you like to go and check it anywhere you check it, Enyiba has achieved more compared to any. In terms of winning the league, has won the league more, and at the same time, even go beyond the continent to win title. Wins is not common to any other African team, any Nigerian team. So if to SMSN, Enyiba Emerging champion, you say that okay, it is a true reflection of what the league means. That yes, there was fairness in the league. That was what we have Enyiba Emerging champion. And what we're waiting for now, Enyiba should go all out and to justify that they are the true champion of the Nigerian league, and to show that beyond the border of Nigeria. And looking at just like what one thing is, I guess, Elegbele, then you have an interim job. Now you have a permanent job that will last for 2 years. But let's go to see what we are going to see. Yes, sometimes we see it common within among the Nigerians. People, even some governors, even outside the governors, that when you are first coming to the office, you try to show that yes, I have all it takes to do because you are still eyeing the job. You want to keep your job. Now the job has given to you. Are you going to justify that confidence and be put? So it's left for Elegbele and it's still not to justify. But another thing board of contention is that the club owners are always agitating that let us have our own affair, let us run our own affair. That they shouldn't decide for us who manage because we own the club and we should be able to choose who lead. But at the same time, if you look at the case of this, I don't know what is doing, but what we Nigeria wanted to see is the fantastic league, a league that will truly reflect the status of Nigeria.
Exactly. All right, we'll go on a short break. We still have much in store for you when we come back from this break. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.